Yeah, I'm back with another what if, man. And this one is about what if Lil Wayne would have signed a Rockefeller when his contract was originally up with Cash Money. This is around the time he, just put out 500 Degrees. The Hot Boys, most of them left or whatever the case may be. And he was just basically in limbo. And, Jay threw an offer out there. And let's just say Birdman batted that shit away like, Matumbo or something like that. But what if he would have signed with Rockefeller? Let's just say he did. What would his sounds be like now? You know what I mean? Would it be the same Lil Wayne? Would we have got the dedication to Lil Wayne? Because you know how Hov felt about oversaturating the market. Would have been like a Jay-Z clone in a way? Would we have got, the Carter versus Carter album? Would he have been in Watch the Throne? Would it have been Lil Wayne and Jay-Z? You know what I mean? Like, you got to think about things like that. Like, what would have happened? Or would Jay have kind of shelved them in a way because he didn't feel like he didn't reach that max potential? Because you got to remember, when he didn't sign, it took him a minute to even get Jay to be like, yo, you know what I'm saying? That head nod situation. And we remember with 500 Degrees, you remember how Wayne was rapping then and he was doing all the mixtape joints with his Squad Up people. How would that have played out? You feel what I'm saying? But the whole situation didn't work because Wayne basically wanted a, Young Money situation, his own little imprint, and I guess that was the reason why it didn't happen, as they say. But what if he would have signed with him? What would Lil Wayne have sounded like? Would we have even got the Carter series? You know what I mean? No more Manny Fresh production. We see how he sounds now with Kanye West production. You know what I mean? But at that time, who would have known? What would have been like? You got to think about that. That was, 2002 or some shit like that. So you got to figure around that time what albums was coming out on Roc-A-Fella. You know what I mean? You still had Jay putting out great work. The Blueprint just dropped, Blueprint 2. You still had Benny Siegel, Memphis Bleak and things of that nature. Kanye was getting ready to drop. So it would have been very interesting to see the dynamic of Lil Wayne on Roc-A-Fella Records. I think as a fan of him, I don't think the rock chain on Lil Wayne would have looked right. You know what I'm saying? I just can't see that. But think of all the great features that we got from Lil Wayne. That year he did 100-something records, and 77 of them got him to cover, I think it was a XXL or the Source magazine. Basically, he was charting everywhere. Lil Wayne was on fire. Well, we have got that Lil Wayne. So we don't really know, but I think it would have been interesting to see. I would have loved to see him and Jay-Z collaborate on the album. I would have loved to see Kanye West executive produce a whole album of Lil Wayne. You know what I mean? But you got to think of the brand Roc-A-Fella. Dipset was over there strong. That would have been probably a good business move having Wayne over there, because we could have probably got that Lil Wayne and Joel's album. That probably could have saved Joel's career. Who knows? But at the end of the day, you never know how they would have used, Lil Wayne, because for some reason Roc-A-Fella, whereas Dame assigned certain people and Jay assigned certain people. But Jay-Z always has an angle for when he signs an artist, because we see what he do. He sign you, he don't fucking stand next to you until you boiling hot. And at that point, Lil Wayne, was a bleep on the radar. He is not who he is today or around the Carter series. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't know. It would have been dope to see Lil Wayne sign a Roc-A-Fella. It would have been big news on blogs and everywhere like that. But at the same time, the music is what counts. You know what I mean? So what would have been Jay-Z game plan for Lil Wayne's Roc-A-Fella debut album? Just thinking about it, it's like, wow. You know what I mean? It make you think, because, they moved to Miami. Would have been no Ross collaborations, Khaled situation. So you got to think about all that when you imagine if Lil Wayne would have signed to Roc-A-Fella. We all glad that he didn't, but in my opinion, I don't think it would have been a good look for Wayne to sign to Roc-A-Fella, because you would have basically been under a huge name like Jay-Z, no homo. You know what I mean? But that's just what I think about it. So y'all let me know what y'all think about what if Lil Wayne signed to Rockefeller, and I don't know. What should the next episode be about? One.